Agency update for the month of April. My name's Gavin. I run an email and SMS marketing agency, and I make these videos really just to document my journey as an agency owner, teach you guys some things that I learned along the way that I wish I had known when I first started. So currently, as of the month of April, we made 58,000 New Zealand dollars, and we made a profit of about $7,800 New Zealand. These tariffs that are coming in are kind of ruining the business a little bit. It's making it really hard because we service e-commerce businesses predominantly, and these tariffs are really affecting e-commerce businesses because their margins are shrinking, and the first thing that tends to go are the agencies. Now, we're seeing that play out across a lot of our clients here, and it's definitely affecting the margin. Now, last month we had our biggest month in terms of revenue. It's 78,000 New Zealand dollars. This month is our second highest nonetheless, but our margins are super thin. So one of the things that I'm working on right now is both increasing our prices, which is a bit of a difficult one, and also reducing our cost as well. Our biggest cost, honestly, is ads and it's staff. We pay pretty well for the services that we do and for the employees that we have. I don't want to reduce the cost there, so I'm just figuring out ways that first we can increase our prices to fatten our margins a little bit, and then also reduce our costs from a staffing perspective in terms of both how many hours people are working and what's absolutely essential and what's nice to have. Now, to combat the attrition and the churn that we're seeing from our clients, we're doing a bunch of marketing, and I'm actually going to share my screen here. As you can see right now, you can see a bunch of stuff that we're doing from a YouTube perspective. We're absolutely ripping a bunch of content on YouTube. We're producing, this is for the email marketing channel. If you're watching this video, this is on my agency follow along channel. We are currently producing 2 long form videos a week for email marketing specifically, and 5 shorts a week as well. You can see in the last 365 days, a nice upward trend here with things definitely increasing, which is really nice. We're also doing a lot of SEO stuff. I'm gonna speak to my strategy right after I show you this. As you can see, SEO is gradually increasing. We're becoming more prevalent in the SERPs, the search engine results, right? We are becoming more present. Now, the reason we're doing so well here is because we have put a lot of work into article writing. I don't know if you've watched my previous videos, but you'll remember that at a certain point, I was writing 15 articles per month. Now we have paused the article writing, but we are doing a bunch of backlinking. My strategy is to find other agency owners that service similar audiences to mine, but sell a different product, and we are getting guest post articles written on their website in exchange for a backlink. Now, how do I do this? On Twitter and LinkedIn, I have pretty big followings, and what I'm doing is I have a virtual assistant going through everybody who follows me on Twitter and LinkedIn and finding people who are agency owners and sending them messages to see if they want to host a guest post by myself. In that guest post, it's written by a human being. We then have 3 links back to my website that essentially tell Google that we're like an authority, and it essentially pushes more people to my website from their sites, but also increases my SERPs, right? So we're doing a lot of that work, which is fantastic. That's helping us get a bit more stuff in the back end, essentially making it look like we're more authoritative from Google's perspective. From a marketing perspective, I'm gonna quickly share my screen again here. As you can see, we have a bunch of followings or followers on Twitter. You can see here in the last year, we've had 1.9 million impressions. And that's because we're posting giveaways and lead magnets, which are literally just this. This is a document here that says, hey, pay what you think it's worth, and they have to comment on the post to get access to the document. And this then automatically sends them a message with the link. Take a look at this. As you can see here, here's your prop document. Here's the payment link, pay whatever you want. And then there's also an opportunity to join my newsletter. So we've been running these a bunch. And as you can see here, it's just increasing our following. We're at 6,000 followers. I think at the start of the year, or rather last year, we were at 0. So we've gone from 0 to 6K. I just post a bunch of lead magnets. I have some other videos coming out that talk about that. Just look through my channel. You should be able to see them. We also post those lead magnets on LinkedIn. So as you can see on LinkedIn, we've had 2.4 million impressions in the last year. And we have the exact same lead magnets that we're doing on Twitter on LinkedIn. We're just repurposing that content. And all this stuff here is both increasing my reach, my followers, my impressions for my services, but also increases the size of my newsletter, which let me show you here. I'm gonna speak a little bit here. To get the lead magnet here, usually they either have to, sometimes I force them to opt into my newsletter to get it, And what that does is it increases the newsletter size, and that's where I send them through a funnel, 24-part funnel. And also we've started selling advertising on the newsletter. So if businesses want to get in front of my audience for email marketing, I'm going to share my screen again here. As you can see here, this is me logging into the newsletter. 2,669 subscribers, some really solid growth. Obviously, I'm still actually quite happy with the click rate, even though it's down a little bit. Open rate's okay, we can improve that. But we make money from this newsletter by selling the sponsored ads here. We also sell digital products to that audience as well, and we make about 1,000 New Zealand dollars a month doing that. And then we also sell advertising shout outs specifically to businesses that want to get in front of my audience, both on LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, and my newsletter, of course. And I'll quickly show you what that deck looks like. So as you can see here, this is the newsletter sponsorship deck. You can see it right here on the screen. Basically, businesses, pay to get in front of my audience. Now I have to be super transparent with the businesses. I say like, hey, this is a sponsored post with my audience so they know that I'm being transparent. But I essentially just talk about their company on YouTube, on LinkedIn, and essentially we've been charging about $1,000 for a full shout out. We had a sponsor come in this month, which is fantastic. And we're just gonna keep rinsing and repeating that because we're becoming more of like an advertising network. There's so much you can do with your following that people aren't really aware of that we're starting to leverage. So that's that. Now, finally, as you can see on my screen here, Upwork is also still a major source of traffic. And if you want a link to the software that I use for Upwork, check the description of this video. It's called Gig Radar. I am an affiliate of that program. But as you can see here, we're about to hit 90K in total earnings in the next, I would say, week. We'll hit 90K in total earnings. And Upwork still is consistently a really solid source of traffic. I'll quickly show you my stats and trends here. We have a bunch of jobs and just automatically bidding on jobs that come through there. Every week we send about 90 proposals. We've got some more hires that happen today, so this will change a little bit. But we have some solid profile views coming in, just a bunch of really good stuff happening on Upwork. Upwork is a major source of our traffic, and it's only possible because of the software Gig Radar, which you can see in the description to this video. But yeah, that is an update on my business. Honestly, how do I feel? Profitability is a bit of a concern right now. I'm a little nervous because our margins have shrunk. We've lost a few key clients because of these tariffs. But honestly, I'm a hustler. We're gonna figure this out. I'm not super concerned. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, subscribe to the channel. Check out my newsletter in the description below. Once again, I don't really have anything to sell you on this channel. I really just document my own journey as I go step by step. So if you have any questions, let me know. More than happy to answer them.